Ever think to yourself, if I just had the time, I could spin a pretty good yarn and maybe write a novel?
A temporary bout with bad health gave a Tahlequah single dad the time, and he not only wrote and published one novel, he wrote 6. Rick Wells has his story new this evening.
D.W. Jackson sitting on the couch working on novel number 7.
Like I said, this year I've sold 30,000 books on my first year, which is probably puts me in the top 5% of self-published authors.
I said, wow. And I imagine he did too. Wasn't that long ago. He was a correctional officer in the Oklahoma prison system. Well, the whole story changed when he decided to adopt the 2 kids his sister was fostering, Eddie and Katie.
I was working originally at Stringtown, but when I adopted the kids, they lived up here.
So he transferred to be closer so the kids wouldn't have to move again. Well, he got sick and spent a couple of weeks in the hospital.
I mean, you can only watch their TVs for so often, so I started working on a book. When I finished it around January,
He had some family members read it, and they suggested he publish it. And that was the beginning.
I sold enough to pay the bills, so I wrote the next one.
His stories are all set in the Middle Ages. He loves the time period, but it requires a lot of research. Clothing, weapons, houses.
If you mess something up small, they'll notice it.
They, of course, are his readers and fans. They send him emails with comments, like this one from a soldier in Afghanistan.
The only thing I didn't like about the book is that I have to wait for the sequel.
His life has really changed, and in a hurry. He's adopted 2 beautiful kids and found a new career.
I hardly have time to leave the house. I work probably about 14 hours a day. I probably work more now than I ever did when I worked at the prison.
And if you find something you truly love, it's really not work, is it? Rick Wells, NewsOn6.
And you can find his books on Amazon and other online sources.
He took